So if from where you currently stand, life will inspire you to yet a new idea, is it true then that you will always be in the process of becoming? So if it is true that we are all eternally in the process of becoming, then is it wise to ever fuss about what has not yet become? Good. So if what is to become is still looming in my future and it has not yet become, there is no reason to feel anything other than eager anticipation of the becoming, yes? Especially when you know that it's only a matter of vibrationally lining up with it. Have you ever known anyone who has felt otherwise? Have you ever yourself known that you wanted something that you haven't figured out how it's going to come or when it's going to come or where it's going to come from or who's going to come with it, and instead of feeling eager anticipation, you felt disappointment? Well, stop it. Well, we are not playing with you about that at all. If you heard only from us the words, you are an eternally expanding being and you will always be in the state of expansion, and therefore there is never a reason for you to feel anything except eagerness about that which is coming. If you heard that and understood it and did it, felt eager, then everything that life inspires you to want would come easily and quickly into your experience. And do you know, the only thing that slows it down is you feeling disappointed instead of eager, you being bummed out instead of anticipating a good thing. How is it that you come to feel sadness about something that is in the process of becoming before it has become? Why would you feel that way? What is the mindset within you that causes you to feel sadness or disappointment rather than eagerness and exhilaration? What are you thinking that makes that so? You must be thinking, this thing I want is not coming, or this thing I want cannot come, or this thing I want, I don't know how to bring it about. And we want to remind you that it's only those thoughts that keep it from coming. Only those thoughts. When you come to remember that everything that comes to you comes in response to your vibrational output, and your vibrational output is only in response to what you're thinking, and what you're feeling is always giving you feedback about what you're thinking and what your vibration is. Therefore, every time you feel an emotion that feels less than really, really good, you are offering a thought which is causing a vibration, which is affecting your point of attraction, which is keeping you from what you want temporarily. And we want to always say temporarily. Do you know that that gap between where you are and where you want to be is always temporary, even if it lasts your whole lifetime? Well, we just had to throw that in to be factually accurate, because we want you to understand that everything that you're asking for is in the process of coming to you, and it is only your attention or your awareness that it has not come or it is not coming fast enough that slows it down. And when you make your transition into non-physical, when you stop, therefore, focusing upon what has not happened, and you allow yourself to become a vibrational match to everything that you've asked for, then you immediately close that gap. That gap between where you are standing right now in your physical form and that which you have expanded to because of your awareness here. We want to give you briefly, many of you have heard it, in fact most of you are aware that you are more than this physical being that you see here in this body. You are source energy extended here. And the source energy part of you is clear and sure and excited about life. The source energy part of you is eager and knows its worthiness. The source energy part of you is the dominant part of you. The source energy part of you is that eternal part of you who has always been present in your experience, that eternal part of you that never ceases to be, that eternal part of you that law of attraction has been responding to forever. So that eternal part of you, that source energy part of you, that inner being part of you, projected a part of its attention or consciousness into the physical form that you know as you. And in doing so, expanded its awareness into a leading-edge time-space reality, just as you wanted to do. Oh, and the eagerness that you felt about doing that, because you understood that the variety of this time-space reality would inspire endless new ideas and preferences and conclusions from you. So, here you are, a part of your consciousness in this physical body, surrounded by contrast that causes you to constantly, and we're not kidding you about that, all day, every day, come to many conclusions at many levels of your being about what would be an improved experience. The selfish nature of every perspective that exists says that you are infinitely and intimately, delicately and precisely and constantly choosing from that which is around you for that which would be an improvement. It's the nature of an expanding consciousness, of which we all are. So as life inspires within you this awareness of what would be an improvement, the source energy part of you focuses upon that idea of improvement and becomes it instantaneously, vibrationally. Now, most of you have forgotten that even this planet that you see spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to all of the other planets was at one time a vibration, and then a vibrational thought, and then it began to take form, and then it became manifestation. And we want to say to you, all things are that way, and everything that you are creating is that way too. So we want you to feel an exhilaration when we say to you that the source energy part of you that expresses itself through you, this physical being, when you in your physical form give birth to a new idea, that non-physical part of you rides that rocket of that new idea and embraces it fully, holds it completely. We've written a book and given it the best title ever, because the title says everything that we want you to know. Ask and it is given. Ask and it is given, meaning that when you in your physical form are inspired through the contrast to an awareness of something that would be an improvement, when you do that, the improved idea is fully embraced by source. That's the it is given part. You ask and it is given. But you in your physical form then must figure out a way to now become a vibrational match to what you've asked for. And you don't usually do that instantaneously. In other words, the blessed contrast inspired you to knowing what the improvement would be. But most of you are still standing over there in the contrast that made you long for the improvement. So your attention to what is, or your justification of how you need it. You know, you learned that when you were trying to get things from your mother. I need it. I really, really need it. See how bad it is without it for me. I need it. 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 And your mother, bless her heart, ruined you. When she heard your need and responded to it, she gave you a distorted view of how law of attraction worked. She circumvented law of attraction, went out of her way to give you in your time of need, and therefore distorted your world, and that's why it never worked out, because eventually she became to resent you using her as the vortex through which all your good came. Remember that day she pecked you on the head and said, get lost? In other words, isn't it true that when you are in this vibration of neediness, even though you might be able to eke out some response from those well-meaning people who want to help you out in your need, that when you beat that drum of neediness, even though you may get some dear hearts to respond to you, the thing that really happens is, in your neediness, you block yourself from all of the abundance that is waiting for you in your vibrational escrow. Because what's waiting for you in your vibrational escrow, that which is being held in vibrational escrow by the source energy part of you, can only be accessed by you when you become a vibrational match to your vibrational escrow and to the source energy that is holding it for you in vibrational escrow. In other words, you just can't get there from there by focusing on there. You've got to turn toward where you want to be, and then you begin moving in that direction. Our favorite way of expressing this to you quickly and accurately is to say to you that as this source energy being, this eternally expanded being that you are, As you come forth into this physical form and you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And every time you know what you do want, Source rides that rocket. And in Source riding that rocket, from your experience, the sensation that it feels like to you is momentum. In other words, it begins to get a momentum moving toward that which you are asking for. Now, the reason that you feel that feeling of momentum is because you're living contrast. You're asking, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. As you are knowing what you do want, and Source is embracing this idea of this new expanded version of your life experience, you're not creating for the world, you're not creating for anyone but for you. You're saying, given what I'm living and giving these conditions and giving this contrast, this would be an improvement for me. And Source says, you should know we will hold that vibrational thought for you. Not only will we hold it, we will become it. Now think about what that means. You're getting the sense, we're hearing many of you beginning to talk about law of attraction. As you get the sense of law of attraction, which says that which is likened to itself is drawn, now think about this eternal being that has been vibrating and attracting unto itself long before you came forth into this physical body. Contemplate for just a moment what the attraction power to that vibration must be. Now, think about you here in this physical body, and think about the things you're thinking about, and think about what that attraction power might be. So, here's the thing we really want you to get, because as you hear this next part and it resonates with you, you will accurately then understand the guidance that you were born with. You will understand who you are, your reason for being, and how to fulfill that which you came forth to be. In other words, everything that you are hinges upon this, and we believe that you will hear it easily. So, the non-physical part of you is offering a vibration which law of attraction is responding to. It's a powerful vibration. Can you feel it? What you are thinking here in your physical time-space reality causes you to offer a vibration, and law of attraction is responding to it. So if law of attraction is responding to the two vibrational aspects of you, what must that feel like to you? Well, if you're thinking thoughts of love, then you're standing in the same place. And as law of attraction responds, you feel aligned, you feel elated, you feel exhilarated, you feel passion and eagerness. But if you are hateful or angry or disappointed, and that's the drum you're beating, and law of attraction is responding to that vibration, but who you really are is love and appreciation. As law of attraction responds to both vibrations, what it feels like to you is tension. And that's what negative emotion is. Negative emotion always means you are, by virtue of whatever you're giving your attention to, activating a vibration that is literally pulling you apart. Make sense to you? Now, when you think about it, so here you are in your physical expression. Life causes you to want this. You want this. The source energy part of you becomes it. And literally, this is the thing we so want you to hear. Becomes it so powerfully that that current is calling you toward the fulfillment of it. And when you turn and go in the direction of the calling, and the reason that we are emphasizing this calling is because we want you to feel the difference between law of attraction responding to this powerful, very long vibration of the source energy part of you as compared to law of attraction responding to the vibration of your thought here and now. Who you really are is a much more powerful vibration, which means this stream is flowing. This stream is flowing, and we love you very much. You must go. This stream is flowing, and you must go if you are to feel good at all. Jerry and Esther went whitewater river rafting in Colorado last year, and the river guide said to them right off, "Friends, this is not Disneyland. We cannot turn this river off. This river is going to have its way with you." And that's what we want to say to you. This river is having its way with you. You must go. And if you go willingly, you feel great. And if you go reluctantly, you don't feel good. Can you get that? In other words, this stream is flowing because life is causing you to ask, and source is becoming what you've asked for. And law of attraction is responding to that vibration and calling you toward it. And when you go, you thrive, and when you don't, you don't. So what does answering the call of source mean? What would that mean? It means when you see someone and they are really a rotten person doing all kinds of bad things, and you, from your point of view, believe that, and you focus upon their wrongdoing, you don't go with your stream, because the source energy part of you, whether you like it or not, is looking for their positive aspects and finding them.